One of the number one questions that I get from people who are looking to repair their credit is, will paying off credit card debt and old debt improve your credit score? We are going to tackle that question today, so stay tuned for about 6 seconds and we'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back. I am Wendy and I am one half of the House of Five podcast. We are so glad you are here. We help moms and dads dump debt, save more, spend less, and build wealth on the road to financial independence. And part of that is improving your credit score. One of the biggest questions that we get is, will paying off credit card debt and will paying off old debt improve your credit score? And so I'm going to answer those questions for you in just a minute. But before I do, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. That lets YouTube know that you like what we're doing and puts us out there for more people to see, so we can continue to help more people build a better financial future. All right, guys. So guess what the answer to that question is? It depends, right? It's never that easy, right? It's not a simple yes or no. It depends. Paying off debt will improve your credit in really one way. And that's because credit card debt is part of your credit utilization. One of the biggest factors in determining your credit score is your credit card utilization rate. And what that means is how much of your open credit line, of your revolving credit, have you used. So let's say, for instance, you have a credit card and its limit is $2,000 and you have used $1,000 of that credit. Your credit card utilization rate would be 50%. If you have it maxed out, it's at 100%. Typically lenders want to see your credit card utilization rate under 30%. So it's really important to not max out your cards. That will cause your credit score to plummet very, very quickly. So if you have high balances on your card, what I would suggest you do is start paying them down one by one. Go from your lowest balance card or your highest interest rate card and start paying those down and getting them down, and you'll see your credit score shoot right back up. So paying down your open credit card debt and revolving credit card debt will improve your score. Now, we also get the question about whether paying off old collection accounts will improve your credit score. And the answer to that is typically no, and we'll go more into that in just a second. But what it may do for some lenders is seeing a paid off collection account may put you in a better light with a lender. So it's not going to improve your score, but some lenders may prefer to see that as opposed to collection accounts out there with balances. So it will not improve your credit score, but it may make you a better risk for some creditors. Now we're going to focus on the no aspect of answering the question. Will paying off debt improve my credit score? And the answer being no. These are the things that will not improve your credit score when you pay them off. So say, for instance, you have a car loan or a mortgage or a student loan or whatever. When they're an installment loan and you pay those things off, it's not going to help your credit score. It's actually going to potentially hurt your credit score because those accounts are typically closed automatically once they're paid off. And let's say that's maybe one of your longer accounts in your credit history. Well, that's going to be removed once it's or shown as closed once you pay it off, and that shortens your credit history because that long time account is no longer open. The good news is that it really shouldn't hurt your credit score for too long. And as long as you're paying everything else on time and keeping a good history, you should see that rebound in a relatively short period of time. The other things to think about there is that if you're only having an account closed like that because you've paid it off every once in a while, it shouldn't really hurt your score too much at all. And just like we were talking about before, it may not be that it hurts your credit score, but some lenders may frown upon you paying off accounts because why do they lend money? They lend money because they want to earn interest. When you pay things off, you're not earning interest. So someone who's paying off installment loans really, really quickly and you're trying to get a new loan, they may frown upon that because they don't think that they're going to get as much interest out of you as they want. As many of you know, I am a licensed attorney in Arizona, and part of my practice for a really long time was bankruptcy. And part of that practice I did, besides bankruptcy, is I did a lot of debt negotiation. And the one thing I would always tell my clients when negotiating debt on their own is to always get any agreements in writing, because sadly, some collection agencies are not the best. They do not have your best interest at heart. What they are after is your money, and they'll say anything to get that money, even though there's lots of rules and regulations out there that are there to protect the consumer. Some of these places just really don't take all those rules to heart because they don't often get held accountable for it. So if you come to an arrangement with an old collection account and you have negotiated for them to, if you pay off the old collection account, they'll remove it from your credit, get that in writing. And I would get it in writing before sending any money whatsoever, because then you later have that if that account stays on your credit report and you can file a dispute. So that is one instance where you're paying off an old collection account where it may help your score, but just do it with that caveat. So just to recap, paying off high credit card balances will definitely improve your score. Closing out accounts by paying them off might hurt your score just a tiny little bit. Paying off old collection accounts will not improve your score. However, if you can negotiate it being removed from your credit, that could help, but only do that if you have gotten that agreement in writing. And also be careful when you are closing an account, when you have paid it off, that you don't do that too often, and know that it could give your credit score a small ding for a temporary time frame because you may be removing an older account from your credit history. Now, what are some of the things that you can do to improve your credit really, really quickly? We've already talked about that once, and that is to really maintain your credit card utilization rate. Don't max out your cards, keep your balances low, if not paying them off every single month. The second thing is to pay everything on time. If you had bad credit in the past, just look at this as a new starting point, and from this time forward, you are going to pay everything on time. You will see your credit score rebound. Those two things, on-time payments and a low credit card utilization rates, are the two big factors in your credit score. Doing those two things alone are going to show or cause your credit score to rebound the fastest. The other thing is to not apply for credit too often. A hard inquiry to your credit will ding your score. They do count how many new inquiries you've had. The other thing that they look at is the age of your credit history. We've talked about that before. So keep your older accounts open if you can. And then one of the other things that they really look at is a good mix of credit. So say you have maybe a couple credit cards, maybe a store card, and then maybe an installment loan. That is a good mix of credit. Whereas if maybe all of your debt is a credit card debt, then that's not looked at as favorably. So there you have it, guys. There's the answer to the question, but also I wanted to provide you with some tips to increase your score as fast as possible. Really look at that credit card utilization rate and pay from this point forward everything on time. All right, guys. Well, if you got something out of this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And share it with your friends, because I'm sure a lot of people can use this information. We don't like to talk about credit card debt. We don't like to talk about, our mistakes in the past, but we all can start new. We've been there, we've done it, and you can do it too. All right, guys. Well, we hope you come back next week. We'll see you again. Bye.